morning, children. Today I am going to explain you our sixth lesson, the poem I Wonder. What is the poem name? I wonder. What is meant by wonder? Wonder is nothing but surprised or shocked or something we couldn't understand, but it is so beautiful. That is I wonder. What is our warm up section? Name some natural things around you. They have asked us to write some the names of the natural things. What are the natural things generally we have seen around us? The birds, the sky, the trees, the all those are natural things, right? So let us see the poem. I wonder why the grass is green. So the poet is wondering why the grass has only green color. If you ever observe, the grass is always in green color. So the poet is asking why the grass is only in green color and why the wind is never seen. So, and why the wind is never seen? We only felt the wind. We never seen the wind. Is it right? Yes. So, see, who taught the birds to build a nest? So, the poet is asking who is teaching the birds to made a nest for us, nest for them. Okay, and told the trees to take the rest. And who told the trees to take a rest? See, trees are always standing and taking rest at night times. They didn't have birds to build the nests. So the poet is asking why the green is why the grass is so green, and why the wind is never seen, and why the birds build their nests, and by the trees is always taking the rest. He is questioning everything. So, who lights the stars when they blow out? So, stars is always there in the sky, but when they blow out in the night time, they blow out. So, what is the meaning of blow out? Stop shining. When it is morning, see who lights the stars when they blow out. When the light came, that means when the sun came, the stars suddenly gone away. What is happening? Who is switching off the stars? That is what the poet is asking, and makes the lightning flash about. So the poet is asking us, when the sun came, that means when the light came, the stars will not find. But when it is night, suddenly with a flash, all stars came out to the sky. Or when the moon is not quite round, where can the missing bit be find? The poet is asking, if you ever observe, the moon is not always round. The moon is not always round. Day by day it decreases and day by day it increases. So the poet is asking why the moon is always be round. So where the missing part of the moon will be gone out. So that is the questions the poet is asking. So see, who paints the rainbow in the sky and hangs the fluffy cloud so high? See, so the poet is asking how who paints the rainbow in the sky, why the rainbow is formed in the sky, how the clouds are hanging on the sky. The poet has lot of doubts on the nature, how the clouds were hanging, who paints the rainbow in the sky. Sometimes we saw the rainbow in the sky, right? So the poet is asking us who paints the rainbow. So see, why is it now? Do you suppose that dad won't tell me if he knows? So why is it now? Do you suppose that dad won't tell me if he knows? The poet is asking why all these things are like that. Maybe my dad will know, but why he is not saying anything? The poet is questioning about everything. Who is the poet? Zenny Kirbai. So what she is asking? Why the grass is
why the wind is never seen, why the birds build their nest, why the trees are taking rest, why the moon is not round always, why the stars blow out when the sun came, or they flash like a light when the moon arrives. What happened? So, who paints the rainbow and why the or how the clouds are hanging out in the sky? So, those so many questions that our poet is having. Do you also have such kind of doubts? Okay, let us see our next section. Our next section is new words. What is the meaning of wonder? The need to know something means wondering, surprising, or need to knowing something. That means we shouldn't know why they are like that. Okay. So our next new word is blow out. What is the meaning of blow out? Stop shining. When the sun came, we shouldn't see any stars. Suddenly they went off. They stop shining. Flash. This word we have already learned in our fifth lesson. To shine brightly and suddenly flash like a thunder. The flashlight is comes on the sky. Okay. Suppose means think it to be true. Maybe it will be true. Maybe the father knows everything, but he shouldn't answer. He supposed to know everything. So suppose means maybe it is true, or think it will be true. Okay. So our next section is understanding the text. So rainbow. Rainbow is paint according to the poem. We have to match this side words with this side words. I have already done this for you. Okay. So rainbow. Rainbow is painted in the sky. Grass is green. Trees are always taking rest according to poet. Wind is never seen. Birds build their nest. Fluffy clouds hang so high, and the moon is not quite round. The moon is not quite round. Okay. So see, discuss. Read these lines from the poem. Or when the moon is not quite round, where can the missing bit be found? Why does the poet say that some part of the moon is missing? Why can't we see the full moon every day? Discuss in the class. As you know, we didn't see the moon, we didn't see the full moon every day, right? Only one day per month we have seen the full moon. So they have asked us to know about why the moon is not always so round. So from today onwards you have to observe that thing in the sky, why the moon is not quite round every day, and you have to know the answer for that question. Okay. So our next section is understanding words. List 5 words from the poem that are related to nature. From the poem they have asked us to write about the natural things. 5 words. What are the natural things in the poem? The grass, the wind, the star, the moon, and the rainbow. Okay. So see our next section. Fill in the blanks with the words that are related to highlighted words in the sentence. Choose the words from the help box. In the help box they have given us some words and that are related to these red colored words. These words are related to that red color highlighted words. So they have asked us to fill the blanks with the correct answer. Okay. So see. There were high waves in the dash. Where we find high waves? In the sea. Clouds gives us, who gives us? What clouds gives us? Cloud gives us rain. The sun is shining in the, where we find the sun? It shines in the sky. The ducks are in the, where we found the ducks? We find the ducks in the pond. The mountains have snow-capped dash. What the mountains have? It have snow-capped peaks. Peak means the highest points of the mountains. Okay. So our next section is listening section. So let us listen. So let us read the poem. This is our listening section. A little green frog once lived in a pool. The sun was hot, but the water was cool. He sat in the pool the whole day long and sang one queer little, dear little song. Okay, so let us fill the blanks. So, what is? How to fill this blank? So they have missed some words and we have to write that words in that blanks. Okay, a little green frog once lived in a, where the frog lived? It lived in a pool. So what happened one day? Who was hot? The sun was hot. But what was cold? The water was cool. So what he does? He sat in the pool the whole day along and sang one queer little, dear little what? What it did? It sang a song. Okay. So our next section is speaking section. The poet has expressed wonder about various things in nature. Work in groups, take turns to tell the class what are the things that surprise you and make you wonder. So, the poet has expressed about various things, why the stars will not fly, why the moon is not quite round, and why the grass is ground. In the same way, do you have also some kind of doubts, or do you ever wonder about seeing something or knowing something? If you felt that, you have to speak a few words about that. Okay, so our next section is writing section. Look at the picture. They tell you a story about the thirsty crow. So do you know the story of a thirsty crow? First the crow went, it doesn't find the water. Then the crow started, the crow started to collect the pebbles, and finally the crow drinks the water. So they have given the story and they have asked us to complete the story, and they given us some words. Okay. Once there was a thirsty whom? A crow. He saw a picture with a very little water. He saw some pebbles on the ground. He had an idea. The crow brought one pebble at a time and put in the pitcher. Slowly the level of water started rising. In the pitcher means a mug. With a mug like this is known as pitcher. Okay. Soon the crow was able to drink water from the pitcher. Okay. So this is all about the story, and they have given the clue words, and you have to fill the blanks with correct words. Okay. As you already know this story. So our next section is pronunciation. Read the words aloud in the two column. Note the differences in the OU sounds. Okay, they have asked us to learn the differences between OU terms. Proud, mouth, house, found, our, or, sore, floor. So what is the sound here? Proud, odd sound. Our sound. Here the or sound. Here the odd sound. Okay, this is the difference between these two sounds. Let us repeat after me. Proud, mouth, house, found, our, sore, floor. So here they have given us an activity. What is that activity? Some things are found in nature while some are man-made. Discuss in the class and make a list of natural and man-made things. Write them down in the column given below. One has been done for you. So they have asked us to write the natural things, and by using that natural things, what the man made. How the man made it the things by using the natural things. So they have given us the first one, apple jam. So I have done 2 for you. If you know some more, you have to fill these blanks. Okay, mango pickle, tomato sauce. So like that, okay. So our sixth lesson is done for you. Now I'm going to explain you the worksheet part. Okay. Now I'm going to explain you the worksheet part. Okay. So I wonder worksheet 1. First they have given us the passage. After that they have given the MCQs. Okay. Let us read the passage first. The wooden peaker is an interesting bird. Who is an interesting bird? The wooden peaker. So it has a strong pointed beak that is uses to eat the insects hidden in the bark trees. So what it has? It has a strong pointed beak. It has a strong pointed beak. It is used to eat the insects. Okay. The tongue of the wooden peaker has a sticky tip and it can be as long as 4 inches to help the wooden peaker to catch the insects. So the wooden peaker's tongue inside the mouth is 4 inches wide. So it can easily catch the insects from the 4 inches away from it. If the insect is 4 inches away from it, then also the wooden picker can catch those insects because it has very long tongue of 4 inches. Okay. While most birds have one toe which points backward and the 3 which points forward on each foot, but the wooden picker have 2 sharp claws pointing backwards and 2 sharp claws pointing forwards. So how many claws that wooden picker has? It has 4 claws. 2 is for front and 2 is for back. Okay. This helps them to hold on the tree trunk. The wooden picker lives in 4 to 11 years. It uses claws to hold the trees. 2 claws for front and 2 claws for back. So how many years that the wooden picker lives? It lives from 4 to 11 years. 4 to 11 years it lives. Wooden picker eat insects. What wooden picker eats? It eats insects, it eats fruits, acorns and nuts. It eats everything like insects, fruits, acorns and nuts. Wooden pickers can be found in the forest all over the world. Where we find the wooden pickers? We find the wooden pickers in the forest throughout the year, but except the Australia. We shouldn't find or we didn't find any wooden picker in Australia. Except in Australia, we found wooden picker in the forests of all over the world. So this is the passage. Let us answer the questions. Wooden picker use dash to eat insects hidden in the bark of trees. What it use? It eats their beaks. Wooden picker have dash claws on each foot. How many claws? It has 2 front claws and 2 back claws. Together a 4 claws it has. Wooden picker lives for dash years. How many years does the wooden picker lives? It lives for 4 to 11 years. Wooden pickers like to eat. What it likes to eat? It likes to eat fruits, insects, acorns and nuts. Okay. The first one answer is B. The second one answer is C. The third one answer is also C. And the fourth one answer is also C. Okay, let us see our next section. One more question for us. Wooden picker can't be found in where we didn't find the wooden picker. In the area of Australia, we didn't find any wooden picker. So our next section is vocabulary. They have given us the pictures and they have missed some words in it. What is the first one? Mountain. What is the spelling of mountain? Mountains. Mountains. What is the second one? Forests. Forest. Forest. What is the third one? River. River. What is the fourth one? Rainbow. Rainbow, rainbow. What is the fifth one? Flowers, Flowers, flowers. So our next section is writing part. So what they have given us, they have given a finish line and they have asked us to draw two butterflies here, two butterflies, and asked us to put a race for these two butterflies and finish line, and they have to reach their finish line. What you have to do, you have to draw two butterflies and you have to arrange a race for them, and you have to describe about that, how they move and who win and what is the prize for the winner, that they have asked us to write for you. Okay, that is our writing part. So our next section is worksheet 2, understanding a poem. Read the poem and answer the questions. So they have given us the poem. Who is the writer of the poem? Sarah Coleridge. Sarah Coleridge. Let us read the poem. So let us read the poem. The oak is called the king of trees. Who is called the king of trees? The oak tree. The oak tree is called the king of trees. The aspen quivers in the breeze. What is meant by quivers? Quivers means shaking. The aspen tree shakes when the breeze means the wind. When the wind came, the aspen tree shakes. The poplar grows up straight and tall. How the poplar tree grows? It grows very straight and very tall. The peach tree spreads along the walls. How the peach tree grows? It spreads along the wall. The sycamore gives pleasant shade. Which gives the pleasant shade? The sycamore. Okay. So the willow droops in the watery glade. So which droops in the watery glade? Which tree is living in the water? The willow. So the fig tree useful in timber gives. What is meant by timber gives? Means wooden works. Some trees are useful in the wooden works. The beech amid the forest lives. So where we find the beech tree? In the midst of forest. Okay, now I will show you the pictures of oak tree, aspen tree, poplar tree, peach tree and sycamore tree, willow tree and fir tree and beech tree. This lesson is all about the trees. This poem is all about trees. Now answer the questions first. Who is the poet of the lesson? Sarah Coleridge. So which tree is called the king of trees? Which tree is called as king of trees according to the poem? The oak tree. So what does the aspen do? It quivers. That means it shakes in the breeze. Which tree grows up straight and tall? Which tree grows very straight and very long? The poplar tree. So where does the peach tree spreads? It spreads along the wall. It spreads along the wall. What does the sycamore tree gives? It gives a pleasant shade. What does it gives? It gives the pleasant shade. So which tree drops near the water? Which tree droops in the water? The willow tree. Which tree lives amid in the forest? The beech tree lives in the mid of the forest. So what you have to do is you have to draw the colors for this picture. Okay. So children, hope you understand the lesson.